first mile mark, that means you're going too slow, pick it up, and then that way, what it'll do is it'll keep you on pace, it'll keep you from going too fast, it'll keep you from going too slow, and pretty much just get out there and relax. And when you're done with the race, you don't ever want to cross that line and say, you know what, I think I could have done better. So, when it comes to the end, just leave it all out there, because chances are you might not get to do it again.
The one tip I've always brought into, I've never run an open marathon myself, so I go back to the Ironman and the run that I have to do in that, and it's more about, the race is more about strength than it is about speed. And even at the very professional level, yes, those guys are flying, they're going fast, but I guarantee they're focusing on strength in their workouts, whether it's longer repeats or whatever. But the key for me was running hills all the time. Lots of hills. My long runs were hilly. I did hill repeats during the week, and then once a week I'd maybe do some speed work or something. But it was more about strength than speed, because the longer you're out there, the stronger you need to be.
My big tip would be vary the workouts. Don't always make it the same run, same route, same distance. Have easy days. And all my friends know when I say I'm going for an easy run, they know I'm going for an easy run. There is no middle ground. I'm going very slow. And if I have a fast workout, I go very fast. And if I go long, then I go steady. So there's different paces that I'm working with throughout the week. Everything, the distances are changing, the intensity is changing. It's never the same. Some days it's rolling terrain, sometimes it's flat around the golf course. It's always change it up, so your body's used to running up hills, running down hills. It's used to changing speed, so you can get used to everything that's out there on race day.
And we're going to open it up for questions in just a few minutes. But first, let's ask now that you're the day before, when you're racing, do you have any quirky, weird, maybe superstitions? Tim, you already mentioned that you don't like to do superstitions because you might be traveling internationally and you don't want to get yourself into trouble. But anything that you have to do you have to have, your socks folded a certain way? Anything? Tell us about your problems.
Usually my only thing is I try to match the day of the race to the seat on my flight. And that's something I do when I book my ticket, so that's pretty much my only quirky thing.
That's good.
I'd categorize that as a problem. Just kidding. I definitely try and stay away from anything that I have to do. I mean, I had one thing during a race, but this is pretty easy. It was always getting a PowerBar in me when I started the bike. And a lot of the top guys do that out there, and that's just because you start the bike with a deficit from the swim, and you want to get some food in you. Other than that, I like to get out and go for a walk the day before, before dinner or after dinner, and just go for a walk. But that doesn't have to happen either.
Yeah, I had one big superstition. I learned this from six-time Ironman world champion Mark Allen, and don't get a haircut or clip your toenails or fingernails. You had to do it 7 days before race day. If you did it within 7 days, you weren't going to have a good race. And I was just like, okay. Oh, shaving's different. I asked him that. He said it was different. So it's just one of those things that I always did. Always 7 days out, I was just like, oh, gotta clip my toenails, my nails, get a haircut. And just one of those superstitions.
I forgot my other thing is I have the little charms with my kids' feet on them, and I stick them in my leg liner. So I have them with me while I'm running.
I don't know if you need to adopt any of those practices to get any better, but you never know. But one thing I think that is important is that Tim said that he always eats something as soon as he gets on the bike. And that says, I know you're not getting on a bike tomorrow, but I think his point was, regardless of what he's feeling emotionally and wants to charge ahead, he makes sure that he goes, I have to do my nutrition. So when you feel good tomorrow, think, wait, I want to make sure my nutrition is up to par. And actually, I took what Tim's advice was during Ironman, and I didn't tell you this actually. I remember he always says I have a PowerBar, I eat something as soon as I get on the bike. So I started biking, and I thought, no, Tim said to eat something. So I pulled over and I ate something, and my sister said, you didn't have to pull over. You could have done it on the bike, but so I'm a little slower though. Anyhow, so let's talk about one last question, and then we'll open it up to you all. Tomorrow is going to be a tough